Welcome to this session on divine guidance, which will help us to awaken the spiritual path within. It is our second in the series of over 300 plus sessions that we are doing to remember our divine self and how we can live a more fulfilling life. My name is Gerard Businge, and it's my pleasure to lead you in this session. Remember, you can follow us online here. You can also sign up to participate live here on Zoom, but also join our WhatsApp group so that we can learn together and be ready for the kind of times that we are living in. So as we start off, brothers and sisters, have you ever wondered if there is a greater power working behind the scenes in your life? What if the divine help you are seeking has been with you all along? This is the question we are here to answer today. And in this session, we are going to discuss how to discover our divine truth by exploring Christ's emphasis on personal verification through direct inner experience, how to cultivate a life of faith, how to become one with your desires, and connecting with your guardian angel, because we all need help here and there. So we are going to start off with the Gnostic perspective about direct experience. Now, one of the hallmarks of spiritual understanding, we already said spirituality is about that which is beyond the mental, beyond the physical, which is at the root of everything, that which is unseen and untouchable. And we are saying we have to master it because it's the source of everything that is we experience both at the mental plane and at the physical plane. So the Gnostics, who were the earlier followers of Jesus the Christ, one of the greatest masters really to walk this earth, emphasized that Jesus taught the importance of seeking verification of the truth, so that you have direct experience instead of just teaching. Actually, I loved the Pope Francis, may his soul rest in peace. He produced an encyclical in 2023 in March about witness and the importance of getting as many witnesses as possible. He expressed concern that the church is full of many people who talk about a healing God, for example, an abundant God, but live in another way. They talk about, a loving God, yet they live in lives that are not loving. So we need people who witness God's reality, God's truth, and also live it and they can tell it to others through their own life and actions. And this is the perspective we are reviewing, which encourages us to look beyond dogma and doctrine to find our own connection with the divine, with that which is the source of all, so that we experience truth firsthand rather than accepting it on blind faith. Faith is good and belief is good, but we need really to experience it. The whole life we are living is about experiencing. And for today, I'm going to use a lot of quotes from the Gnostic Gospel, especially the Gospel of Thomas, where there is a lot of hidden wisdom. And I will quote saying 48, where it says that if two make peace with one another in one and the same house, then they will say to the mountain, move away, and it will move away. So this profound saying refers to the harmony between heart and mind. The conscious and subconscious. Ladies and gentlemen, we are saying that the power is within you, but you have to tune into a higher capacity within. So when these two aspects of ourselves are aligned in spiritual purpose, we unlock tremendous creative power. That if what your mind which thinks and the unconscious that controls everything, the subconscious, like your digestion system, the movement of hands, the blinking of eyes, the growing of hair, what is at work in all those things. If the two and your thinking mind can join together, then they can tell a mountain to move and it moves. And this session is aimed at helping us to understand how do we tap into this. So this is reflected also in many verses in the Bible, but I found that it comes out well here in the Gospel of Thomas, and contains spiritual teachings that invite us to look within ourselves for divine connection, rather than seeking it exclusively through external authorities. So if you are still thinking about God or the Father or the Source in terms of going just to church, going to praise, talking about other people and how other people are good, you are missing the invitation that Jesus did for you to go within and witness the power of the Father within, who speaks to you in secret. Go in your secret room within, as Jesus said in Matthew 6:6. Um, so that you can witness that inner harmony where you align your conscious and subconscious mind and you get a direct experience where you get personal verification of this truth. For example, does God really heal? Can you really say God heals with verifiable facts every now and then? We talk about divine power. Can you access spiritual abilities through inner unity? Have you gone there and you can really attest to it by yourself? And this is not about believing what I'm saying, about believing anyone else, whoever they are. It's about you going in and attempting really to get into that connection and understand by yourself. And when you do, it is beautiful, brothers and sisters, that I can tell you. So the power of faith, which is really about seeing the unseen, which is about knowing things before they are, as if they are. And as St. Augustine said, faith is to believe what you do not see, and the reward of this faith is to see what you believe. The Gnostics, even today, the people who know God know that what we are saying is you must know things before they are. It is the real heritage of a godly life. You cannot wait to have a baby if you are going to wait to see the baby. It is how it was created. It's how it is, brothers and sisters. You have to know that I will get a baby, and now I'm at the age where I can get. But of course, there are some actions you need to do. Get a lady, get a man if you're a lady, and you know that the capacity to have a baby is already within you. You have to recognize it in order to bring it into being. It's how this creative process of the Almighty, of the Father, has been ordained. So true faith isn't merely passive acceptance, but it is an active creative force. When we believe with conviction in what we cannot yet see, we align ourselves with the divine creative process that brings our visions into reality. It's how it is. There is no other way. We have got to know it, then we start on actions that will make it to come true. So faith becomes the bridge between the spiritual realm of possibility in the physical world of manifestation. So that's why they say without faith you cannot please the Lord. You cannot please God if you don't know that the things you want are already there. All the money you want in this world is already there. Everything that you need is already there, and it is your right to get it. Then you cannot even start on the actions that will help you to attract it. So that's why those who know this fact, that once you tune in, you're already one with everything, because the Father contains everything within. We said God or the All, the Allah, is already contained. Everything is contained and contains everything. So it means you now approach the divine with, the attitude of gratitude, which is one of the highest frequencies you can live under. So gratitude is the master key that unlocks a divine abundance for us really to access everything that is. Because it's like when you know, for example, your father has all these things that you desire, you know that, you can thank him. That's why if you look at Jesus, how he was doing these things, he would declare and then thank the Father for having had him. By focusing our attention on what we are thankful for, whether positive, negative, or neutral, we align ourselves with the frequency of receiving. You are receiving from a loving Father that already is, has already allowed you to benefit from all that it is. If only you can go in and acknowledge him as your Father, or acknowledge it or him or she, whichever way you look at it. So this practice involves appreciating what you have, even having the voice, for example, speak to that which you want, gratitude for what you desire as if it is already yours. If you look at Mark in the Bible, those who follow the Bible, Mark 11:24, what they are telling us that for you to get what you want, you must first believe that it is yours and then you get it. So thankfulness for lessons and challenges. Like we said, there is nothing, all those who know the Lord know that whatever is happening in your life is happening for your good. So even when you face what are difficulties, you know that these are lessons that you have to surmount that are preparing you for much better life. Because there is most of the earth lessons come from, level of effort. It's like saying, childbirth, the females know you cannot come without some level of pain, so to speak. Everything for birth to happen, for new things to happen, there's going to be some level of pain. So you have to bear with some of the challenges you're having in order to be able to get the unveiling of the higher truth, of the higher life that you seek. So by consistently focusing on gratitude in every situation, you can create a powerful, attractive force because the universe knows, or the God power knows, that you're aware of what is happening. So we encourage that you engage in morning and evening gratitude ritual. So every morning, begin each day by identifying 3 specific things you are grateful for. Feel the emotion of gratitude deeply as you acknowledge these blessings. Get 3 things you're grateful for everything, and thank the Father for those things, even if it's your hair, your fingers, your mouth, the ability that you can speak, you can breathe. Then mindful awareness throughout the day. Notice moments of beauty, kindness, or abundance. Pause to appreciate these gifts, however small they might seem. When you get a meal, a cup of water, thank God for the availability of water. Acknowledge that you're already under grace to receive these gifts that you never take for granted. Then evening review. Before you sleep, reflect on the positive experiences from your day. There has at least to be one. Even the ability to keep. I usually tell people, even me, I would not have been open to this higher truth if I did not get very sick. If you have never had a prayer for God just to grant you the ability to breathe normally so that you can, and you have no other complaint, you might not understand what breath value brings to you. So express sincere thanks for the moments that you have had, and reinforce the gratitude circuit in your consciousness. So this simple practice trains your mind to recognize abundance rather than scarcity, and creates powerful spiritual momentum that attracts more blessings into your life. And it is these kinds of practices that help us to achieve an emotional frequency that is high enough to attract and bring and manifest into the scene, or the manifest into this world. And so you have to grow the capacity of gratitude within your life. It's one key. If you can take away something from this session, we know that the rich get richer and the poor get poorer because of the predominant emotional frequency each group maintains. If you don't know that you're always under receiving great things, it is going to be hard for you to get more and more. So by consciously choosing to feel good about what you already have and what you desire, you establish a pattern that naturally attracts more and more of the same good into your life. And this is what we're talking about, tuning in. Remember, we said we are the antennas of the Father that have been sent, and we have to tune into what we tune is what we get. How we see the Father, God, the source, is what we shall manifest. And even in science, they told us that this heart-mind coherence, thinking the right thoughts about what you want, and feeling it is key to achieving anything, including in health, bodily health. So the state when your heart and mind are aligned in purpose creates a powerful unified field that facilitates the bringing the unseen into the seen. Even in science, research shows that the heart generates an electromagnetic field 60 times greater than that of the brain. So when brain waves synchronize, the brain which is receiving the signals and processing them, and then like the heart also appreciates that, it generates an emotion, energy in motion, our manifestation power increases dramatically. And we can practice this by regularly visualizing our desired outcome while simultaneously feeling deep gratitude as if it has already manifested. This is the key, brother and sister. This is it. And the result will be the coherent state that creates a resonant field that attracts circumstances, people, opportunities that align with your desires. Those who are practicing are getting benefits. It's how we have all come to this information from seeking. And this will help you to create an identity that is aligned with your desire. So the second key spiritual tool to manifestation is creating an identity that is already one with your goal or desire. This means embodying the frequency unified with what you attract. Remember, we are told first to be, you have to be, then do, then have. There are 3 steps. If you look in Genesis 1:27, where we are told, you have to first be fruitful, be fruitful, be, 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 be. If you can remember that you have to be that which you want. You have to be that state which you want. It's even what we call being. It's being in. If you can understand that, you're going to be that whatever it is that you want to see happen. If you want to see that you're healthy, already be healthy within. Be in the health. Be in it. That's why you are a being. And as in saying 77, as is repeated in many verses of the Bible as well, Christ is in all. Christ is the one that knows is one with the Father. The I am is in all, and we can tap into this all the time. So we're saying that having paradigm, most of us focus on having possessions, status, relationships, or doing actions and achieving experiences, but the spiritual masters teach us focus first on being, cultivating the consciousness of already being the one with that which we seek. So the being is the highest starting point. Then you do actions. You do, then you can have the dominion that we are supposed to achieve in this world. When you embody the state of being aligned with your desire, the doing and having naturally follow, of course, with gratitude. You have to know that it's already available and your Father has already given it to you. Okay, so we are saying become one with the divine. This is about becoming one with the divine, and it starts with prayer. And the ultimate goal of prayer is not to ask for things, but to become one with the Creator, to be that which pulls from what already exists in your father's house, in your mother's house, aligning your consciousness with the divine will. Because the Father already has everything that belongs to the Father, to the source, and you are the child accessing, but you have to align with that which you want. And meditation similarly aims to dissolve the usual boundaries between the self, which is you, and the divine, which is the owner of everything, allowing you to experience unity consciousness. You have to forget yourself and know you are united from where you come from, and everything belongs where you come from, and therefore you can actually attract it. And then you flow. All perfect crafts of flow results from becoming one with the source of that which you see. Whether in art, athletics, music, spirituality, any practice. And those who practice yoga know which means union, which really means union. It's the state of uniting with that which you see. You see people moving their fingers slowly, going, like they are being united with that which you cannot see. And this principle applies in all spiritual traditions. Those who know will go within and reach those things that they want as if they already are, and then bring them into being. So we sharing so that we can achieve divine effortlessness beyond struggle. Many of us are living in this world with a lot of struggle in what we are doing. You cannot become one with the divine while focusing on struggle or effort. It's not really you. God doesn't struggle. He already owns everything. Divine creation is supposed to be effortless. Because we don't look, the light within us is not enough to see the power and the ever-present love of the Father. Many times we face these struggles, and it's okay for us to go through them so that we align and come back to the divine consciousness, where you need to do, what you need to do is taken over by the spiritual force within you and in your environment. Actions, so that actions can flow naturally from without any strain. And usually ask yourself, how can I be that version of myself right now who is already achieved, who is already one with that which I desire? And this shift, if you can be in that state, remember we say it's being before doing. If you can be in that state, this shift in identity creates an entirely new relationship with your goals and the path to achieving that which you desire. So this is what is helpful. And when we find struggles like many of us do, you can also summon your guardian angels, other higher angels. We all need divine help, because this session is about divine help, getting divine help. Again, in the Gospel of Thomas, if you read saying 50, they say, if they say to you, whence have you come from? Say to them, we have come from the light, the place where the light came into being of itself. every time we struggle, it means we are not well aligned with the divine. We are not aligned with the source power. It is what it is telling us. There is something that needs to be corrected. And to achieve that, we need help. We need support from other spiritual forces that can bring us back to the true light, to the true easiness of connection to the Almighty. So while you are special and divine, you are not the center of the universe. Acknowledging something larger than yourself creates space for divine assistance to enter into your life. Don't be there thinking every answer is within you because you're connected. There will be things you cannot see. That's why God is manifesting in all these other things, because they're also important in bringing the reality into being. So from childhood wisdom, while it's important, I appreciate the universal tradition of spiritual guardians. We know that children naturally relate to spiritual helpers through imaginary friends, a connection many adults usually forget. Many children know that it is always well. They know this. Everything they want, they always get their way about. In our African traditions here, many African spiritual systems honor guardian spirits who protect, guide, and intercede on behalf of the living. It's the same principle of angels within the Bible, Christianity. Global belief, even in Islam. Like if you look at Catholic guardian angels or Hindu divines or the Native American spiritual guides, the concept appears across. We need help. And remember, we are extensions of our ancestors, and we said God is our main ancestor. So if things are not clear to you, you can ask backwards, and certainly you can get this help that you need. So these traditions, all of them recognize that spiritual assistance is always available to us, but typically requires invitation. There is free will that has been given to every creation, and if you want help, you have got to invite it in. So your guardian angel helps when asked, respecting your free will all the time. And I hope we can grow to that level where we can call upon our guardian angels for help. So connecting with a guardian angel is simpler than many of you think. It begins with acknowledging and invitation. So we are saying acknowledge, recognize that spiritual assistance exists, even if you cannot see it with your physical eyes. If you don't believe that you can be helped in every situation you are in, ask for divine help. Ask angels to come and help you. Then directly ask for help. My guardian angel, please help me with this situation I'm facing. Whatever it is, call them to come in and help. And then you'll guide them. Show me a sign. Direct me to the most divine path of this situation. Show me how to go against. Show me what this means. Ask specifically what you want. This world is about clarity. Remember, that's why it's light. If you keep general, it's going to still remain a lot of hitting in the bush without achieving much. And remain open. Pay attention to intuitive insights, synchronicities, and unexpected assistance. Because we are saying you cannot know everything. The biggest part of the world is in the unseen, and it's always being revealed and unveiled. So this also includes asking for divine providence and divine protection, so that you are always supported. Because the vagaries of this physical world are many, and for you to prove that you are strong, you have got to be tested. So from everyday challenges, you need to be supported through the trials. In life celebrations, you want your joy to be wrapped in good care. In work and your vocation, you need guidance in the labor you're offering. Whether it's relationships, you need your love, or, your loving family to be kept safe. Even in our cultural diversity, to make sure that you are not different from others. Nobody has more benefits than you. All backgrounds are included within the favors of the Father. Nobody is bigger or greater than the other. And this also brings us to the issue of spiritual humility. You cannot get help if you believe you have got it all, you have it covered, and you know everything that needs to be known. So always give credit to the higher power wherever possible in everything that you achieve. And this practice of spiritual humility prevents ego inflation. Every time we think we are the ones doing, we are the ones responsible, we disconnect ourselves from the Father. That pride is what some people call the Satan. The opposing force, the pride disconnects you from your constant connection with the Father. So when you acknowledge that your achievements flow through you rather than from you, you diminish resistance created by ego identification, thinking you are the one doing, and then remain open to continued guidance within this life. And you need it all the time. And then you experience greater peace and flow. And this is what we are talking about in greater mastery. If you are to master this life, you have to depend on this divine help. And it means integrating divine help in your daily life. And there are some practices you can do. One is morning consecration. Begin each day by dedicating it to divine purpose and inviting spiritual assistance every morning when you've just woken up especially. Then gratitude practices 3 times a day. I've already said I can only 3 things you're grateful for, past, present, and future, and including those you have not yet. See it as if you have already accepted, because it's already there. Like when your mother or father tells you food is ready, or I'm going to give you the money, you know it's already there. You already say thank you. So then identity alignment, regularly ask who do I be if I already one with my desire, if I already had that which I have, and embody that state of one who already has it, then it will come true. And then directly request assistance of specific situations, and then remain receptive to signs and intuition. And if we consistently engage in this practice, it creates a foundation of ongoing divine connection and eases our manifestation of that which we desire. So brothers and sisters, your divine journey begins now. The path of spiritual fulfillment lies not in seeking outside of yourself, but recognizing the divine presence that has been with you all along, where you can connect all the time and get that which you want. So as you integrate these practices into your daily life, you will discover a profound truth. Divine help isn't something separate from you. It's an expression of your deep nature in harmony with universal consciousness, going within and tapping into the unseen helpers that are ever available. So begin today. Practice gratitude. Align your identity with your desires. Call upon your guardian angel and watch as the mountains in your life become easy and everything begins to move in your favor. So thank you very much. We'll meet again in another session. Remember, for those who want more direct help, more direct guidance, you can check in the description. We offer coaching and training, as well as the spiritual help for those who want to advance faster